We've been talking a lot about the K20 series, but that's not the only thing Redmi recently launched. They kinda surprised us all by launching a RedmiBook of all things, the RedmiBook 14. Now remember, almost all Redmi devices that they've launched in China have also launched in India. So the chances of this all-metal Core i7 touring beauty launching here in India are a little higher than if it had launched as a Mi Notebook Air in China. So that makes this RedmiBook 14 all the more interesting. So in today's video, let's take a look at what's exactly going on here. What has Redmi got to offer with this RedmiBook 14? And if you do end up liking what I've done with this video, please subscribe, ring that bell, turn on notifications. Hey guys, Ash here, and you're watching C4eTech. Okay, so at first glance, the RedmiBook kinda resembles a MacBook, and that's not a bad thing at all. The all-metal chassis should make the laptop quite tough and sturdy, and the 1.5 gram weight means that it shouldn't be too heavy to carry around either. The keyboard, it seems to be decently sized with 1.3mm of key travel. That should be good for typing. More importantly, the spacing seems fine and there seems to be no weird key placements. With the trackpad, Redmi seems to offer a fairly large one with support for Windows 10 gestures. Now above these, we have a 14-inch Full HD screen. RedmiBook 14, right? So 14 inches, makes sense. From the initial renders, it seems like Redmi has managed to keep the side bezels quite thin, but the display does have a pretty prominent chin at the bottom. Interestingly, we didn't see a webcam mentioned anywhere in the spec sheet or the images on the website. Now to the bottom, we do find DTS speakers. Redmi does boast of 3D stereo sound, which along with the 14-inch 1080p panel should be good for media consumption. Okay, from media, let's move on to I/O. 3.5mm headphone jack, full-sized USB 2.0 and a status LED is what we get to one side. The charging port, a full-sized HDMI port and two USB 3.0 ports is what we get to the other. And yes, that means there is no USB Type-C port or Ethernet jack here, which is a bit sad in my humble opinion because both are things I always use. Anyway, enough with the exteriors, let's kind of move towards the innards. Let's see what it is that Redmi has to offer here. And they seem to have done good. They've actually gone with an 8th Gen i5 or i7 here. Those are the options they are offering. It's paired with 8 gigs of RAM and either 256 or 512 gigs of solid state storage. Since these are 8th generation U series processors, both the i5 as well as the i7 have 4 physical cores with support for 8 CPU threads via Intel hyper-threading. So the main difference between these two models is going to be about a 15% difference in clock speeds, both for base as well as boost. Now for the GPU, we have the MX250, and if I were to compare that to a desktop GPU, I'd probably put it around the 1030. So it's not particularly powerful, but it can play some of the older games and even some of the newer ones with some trade-offs. This laptop is definitely not aimed at gamers. The MX250 should be enough for some casual gaming and most productivity tasks though. And talking about productivity, we've got a 46 watt-hour battery here and Redmi claims that should be good for 10 hours of video playback or 11 hours of web surfing. In other words, a day of light to moderate usage. There is a fast charger included, so you can go from 0 to 50 in 35 minutes. And with that, we get to pricing. The RedmiBook, the i5 256GB version, it starts at 3999 yuan and that converts to a little over 40,000 rupees. The top end i7 512 version, it goes all the way up to 4999 yuan, a little over 50,000 rupees. Now in this price range, the value these offer, it isn't exceptional since we do find competing products from Asus and Acer around the same segment, but the competition does come with a lower tier of GPUs and they do seem to compromise on build particularly. They do use a lot more plastic. So the RedmiBook seems to be a solid offering aimed at anyone who likes the professional looks, the metal build and of course the affordable price tag. And by the way, Redmi also is offering a free student version of Windows Office here, and they're also bundling something called Xiaomi Pictorial, which looks like a lock screen app, and according to the website, it serves up news updates along with wallpapers. Now at first glance, this kind of sounds like bloatware to me, and I hope Redmi allows us to uninstall it. If they don't, well, maybe this is how they subsidize costs by serving ads on RedmiBooks. Well, at least this is Windows, and uninstalling stuff on Windows is a lot easier because we do get a lot more control. So anyway, jokes apart, are you excited for the RedmiBook 14? Now, with the exception, like I said at the start of the video, with the exception of Redmi phones which had MediaTek chips at the time where they were launched in China, and Xiaomi were banned from selling phones with MediaTek in India, almost every Redmi phone has been launched in India. So I think there is a good chance we see the RedmiBook here. And if they do end up bringing this one to India, would you consider buying it? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you are interested in winning a K20 or K20 Pro for yourself, I am running a giveaway. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Check that out. And I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Liked it or hated it, let me know with a thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.